What's up, people? It's your man you all love. Nobody but Urban Lover, baby. Coming from your mama's basement. And I'm coming to drop some more of this free agent series to those that want to know where other players are going. Like I said, this is a Lakers channel, but there are other people that tune in once in a while to see what we're talking about and stuff like that. And I'm a big NBA fan, and I like to know as well where where players are going. And it's no different than me sitting in the comment section talking to you guys and discussing where I think certain players want to go, if they might come to LA or whatever it may be. So instead of me getting in the comment section, constantly writing those long, drawn out essays like I used to do on Lakers Talk and Eddie Starr's videos, I decided to make it in the format of videos. This is the main reason why I probably, you probably come in and say, God dang it, Urban Lover drop like 3 or 4 videos every every so many days or something like that. That's because one thing about me is, man, I always try to look at scoop of what's going on around the NBA, and I love to talk. You know what I mean? So based on the fact that I've made friends within this liquor community by via YouTube, I'm enjoying it, man. So I like to get on here and just talk to you guys about where I think certain players going to go. This is my only opinions and my speculations and based on rumors. So do not take my opinions as facts. I mean, but it gives you a slight idea where they might wind up at. So in retrospect to that, this is only my opinions, and like I said, this is good for individuals that want to know more about other individual players and stuff like that. But I'm always going to be dropping that liquor juice, baby. So that sauce always going to be dripping. So keep that in mind. And with that being said, I'm going to get right back into it. And with that, I'm going to give y'all 2 for the price of 1. Yep, a combo sandwich. Da-da! Okay, starting off, we're going right down to Portland. And we're going to start with Meyers, Leonard. Okay, and the CBS analyst got it broken down like this. The legend is another candidate for best value for a restricted free agent. Portland almost definitely going to match any offer, but he gives you a knockdown shooter who can rebound and set good screens. High motor and agility, can get caught out of position on defense, but much of that is experience and knowledge base. Meyers Leonard isn't a rim protector or a dominant rebounder, but he makes up for that with his scoring ability. Now, with that being said, do Portland resign him? Hell yeah, I believe they are going to resign him. Reason why? Because it'd be kind of foolish for them to actually walk away from this player. He's still young. He got room to grow. He's a shooter. He runs the pick and roll real well, and he's a real compliment to Damian Lillard. So it'd be kind of crazy for them to let him go. And plus, in a couple years, this guy might be a dominant force on defense. I mean, once he get the hang of the NBA, get some confidence, some more experience, he could be a force. Like I said, look at Adams for OKC. This guy came out and was a tremendous force after a couple of years of being in the NBA. So you got to give him an opportunity. You got to get a chance to grow. The biggest thing about Portland is this. They lost 4 of their 5 starters last year, right? So they lost them, and they still made the playoff with the squad they got. A bunch of nobodies with 2 good backcourt guards. So, dude, Portland re-signed him. They got his rights. They're going to re-sign him. They're going to match any offer. The New York Knicks were looking at him, but I'd be thinking the New York Knicks shouldn't go after him based on the fact they are looking at Joakim Noah and Paul Gasol. Joakim Noah, I think, is on top of that list higher because he's cool with Derrick Rose. I made a video about that earlier. So New York Knicks are not going to be looking at him. Houston definitely going to be needing a center or power forward, whatever you decide to play him at. Reason why, Dwight Howard is most likely going to be gone. I don't see him going back down to Houston. He opted out. He opted out, and Houston, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't even know what's up with that organization, man. I just feel kind of bad for them, man. I liked them during the time when Elijah Wood and Clyde Drexler was there. But it is what it is with them. New Orleans definitely can use a center because Anthony Davis, he can go back to power forward, and that means Leonard could play the center or vice versa, however you want to do it. But I'd see more AD going to power forward so that way he can roam around a little bit more and not just be stuck towards the paint. Even though they got him shooting and stuff like that, but it'd be more better for him to play power forward. So I can see him going down to New Orleans, but I don't think he's going to go into the rebuilding stage because it's kind of stupid. You go down there in the rebuilding stage when Portland just came from the playoff, and they definitely going to need you. Now Dallas is definitely going to need a center, but I think Dallas is going to be more pushing towards Dwight Howard. So do he go to Dallas? I don't think so. But on the scale of 1 to 10, I think he's going to re-sign back with Portland. I mean, that's the most simplest thing of all. Like I said, his only problem is that he's still learning. He's only 24 years old. He got to work on his defense. He's a good of a shooter, man. I mean, and once he work on his defense, man, block shots and all that, I think that he just need motivation, man. Some of these guys, man, coming in the NBA, it might take them a couple years to develop, to really get into the flow of the NBA level. But once they do, man, I mean, you know, they're a bargain, man. I mean, like I said, he's still gonna be kind of cheap, and he still have room to grow. And like I said, Portland just came out of the playoffs, so it'd be kind of crazy to let him get away. So I definitely see him going back to Portland. Now, Alan Crabbe, he's a small forward shooting guard, and he's only 24 years old. And the CBS analyst got him broken down like this: an athletic shooter, his upside is considerable, and he's exactly the kind of wing you want in the NBA. His height to shoot over closing defenders and got a taste of playoff experience the past 2 years. Alan Crabbe isn't going to sell many tickets, but he's the kind of player you should get in on the ground floor if you can wrestle him away from Portland. If the Blazers find an upgrade for him on the wing, he might be had. If they don't, expect them to match any reasonable offer. Now, the only way I can see Alan Crabbe not being signed by Portland, and that's only if they go after Harrison Barnes. Do they have the money to go after Harrison Barnes? Probably so. But at the same time, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you go after Harrison Barnes when you got Alan Crabbe? Yeah, I still think that he's playing out of position. He's 6'6", 6'6", 6'5". It's not too bad. I mean, he's giving up 2 inches of height. He got a nice little size on him. But like Ken Bazemore, like I said before, Ken Bazemore was 6'5", and LeBron James was playing small forward on Ken Bazemore. And LeBron is 6'8", 250. And with that being said, man, sometimes, if you're going that small ball, man, a lot of teams see that mixed match and take advantage of it. But you don't have too many LeBron James on your team. The only problem is that when you do meet up with them in the playoff, regular season, whatever it may be, that's going to be a problem. Now, Alan Crabbe is a good defender. He definitely can shoot. The teams that I got him looking more suitable for is Portland and New York. Now, Memphis could use him because they definitely could use the 2 guard. But do we go to Memphis? Not sure. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 6 because I'm not sure he's going to go down there. Sacramento, they can use him too, but as the 2 or at the 3. Now, do we go to Sacramento? To me, that'd be a step down to go to Sacramento, knowing that you just made the playoff, for the past 2 years in Portland. So I think he stays in Portland. I think Portland retain his rights because any team that throw him a contract, Portland could definitely match it. So I can see him going either Portland or New York. And the only reason why I see him going to New York because he can play the 2 position. He's a good defender on the perimeter, and he can shoot. He's a good role player. New York definitely can use somebody like that playing with Derrick Rose. So on a scale of 1 to 10, going to New York, I give it an 8. And on a scale of 1 to 10, him going to Portland, I give it a 9. Only because I see Portland definitely re-signing him. He already put out on his Twitter account that he loves the city of Portland. He loves the organization. He loves playing for him. You know what I mean? It wasn't too much about him saying about money, nothing like that. Like I said, it's not too many teams that actually are jumping out there to go get him because he's not a real big name player. But he's a good role player, and like I said, he's a good defender on the wing. You know what I mean? And at the 2. So Portland and New York definitely could use him. I mean, Portland, because they want to keep that team rolling. You don't really want to start, rolling out players after you just made a playoff, last year. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy because, like I said, they just let 4 of their 5 starters walk away. So me personally, I think Portland is going to re-sign him and Meyers. Like I said, the only way he go to New York if Portland goes after Harrison Barnes. Or I don't see Nicholas Batum going back to Portland. He might, but I can see Nicholas Batum re-signing with Charlotte because Charlotte right now, Nicholas Batum and Jeremy Leonard, like they're 2 biggest people they're trying to re-sign. So, and they got the money to re-sign them because they're trying to move players around and all that to get them. And I know Michael Jordan ain't going to let Nicholas Batum get away. He's going to try to re-sign him. So I can see him going to Portland and New York. So with that being said, it's your man Urban Lover. Get in the comment section. Tell me, guys, where you think these guys can go. With that being said, like, share, subscribe. Oh, one more thing. I kind of let it slip. Now, Alan Crabbe, as a Laker fan, I would love to see him come to LA, but I didn't put him on the roster, on my roster, only because I believe that Portland gonna re-sign him. Now, will he fit LA? Heck yeah, man. The guy's a defender. I love defenders, but I'm being a little bit more realistic here. I don't see him going to LA. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like I said before, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your opinions, thoughts, whatever it is, and where you think these guys want to go. For those that like to follow other players outside of LA, it's your man Urban. Like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. You have a blessed day.